I'm standing in present-day Ogdensburg, New York, right along the St. Lawrence River, which we see in the background here. It's another one of those places that today, to look at it, is a small upstate town on the border of Canada, just across the river on the other side here. But in the 1750s and onward, it was a major settlement for the French and the French Empire in North America. In 1749, a Jesuit priest by the name of Paquette came here and established a mission, and his charter was to convert the Indians to Catholicism while also converting the Indians to siding with the French against the British in North America. In 1751, a fort was built here, Fort La Présentation, and from here this became a midway point between Montreal and Oswego to the west. It was sort of a midway point. It supplied goods, it housed men during the wintering seasons, and served as a jumping off point for a couple of major campaigns during the French and Indian War. In March 12th of 1756, French commander Delivry set off south from here to attack the Oneida Carry and sever the British Empire. The Oneida Carry was a series of rivers and lakes that connected from Oswego, where the British had a fort on Lake Ontario, through the Oswego River, Lake Oneida, the Mohawk River, and then down to the Hudson River into New York. And it was through that the British maintained their interior control of New York State, supplying men, goods, and material back and forth. Delivre set out through the wilderness, sort of in an uncharted trail, and in 2 weeks' time managed to arrive at Fort Bull. Fort Bull was one of these many small trading outposts. It's called a fort, but it was really no more than a stockade and some storehouses. And it was there that Delivry attacked, burned the fort, and cut off the Oneida Carry. It was then a couple months later, in July of 1756, that the French were able to move down along the St. Lawrence River and attack and lay siege to Fort Oswego, which finally fell, cutting off the British access to the Great Lakes area. So like I've said before, the rivers and lakes and streams and the carries and portages of this whole region connected the French Empire all the way from Quebec and Montreal, across Lake Ontario to Lake Erie, down to Fort Duquesne at present-day Pittsburgh, and then further west into the Great Lakes as far as Green Bay, where the French had settled much earlier with some Jesuit missions and outposts. The folks here in Ogdensburg have some grand plans to actually recreate the fort, recreate some longhouses of the Indian village that was adjacent to the fort, create an interpretive center, and they just wound up this past weekend with their annual Fort La Présentation days, where they had an encampment and a skirmish battle recreation. It's just a remarkable, another one of these forgotten pieces of history here in upstate New York that was so key to the French domination of North America through the 1750s and through the French and Indian War, when they finally lost North America and all their lands to the British.